Okay, so I have a project. I've had this old 10-inch compound miter saw, a Delta, 20 years old. And what I wanted to do was turn it into something that I can cut angle iron, steel, pipe, anything like that. The problem is, the difference is you might see it at Home Depot and say, why don't I just buy a chop saw and throw in a metal blade on it? Well, the problem is that they go extremely fast for wood. You need like a lot of RPMs to cut through wood. When you're cutting through metal, you don't. It actually is much, much slower. I would say probably half. I don't know the details, the numbers on that. I have to look it up. So what I decided to do was convert my old wood 10-inch compound miter saw into a metal cutting machine. How did I do that? Slow it down. How do you slow it down? Well, you do it when you have an old dimmer switch laying around. So if you look what I did here, is I basically intercepted the green. Now, if you're not comfortable with electricity, don't do this. I don't mind shocking myself from time to time, so I'm okay. So basically, green is just, it intercepts with the green, so I used a little, I don't even know what kind of a connector you would have here. And then you leave your white, that's your neutral, and you cut your supply in half, and then you tie into your leads of here. So what I'm gonna show you now is what it looks like on full blast and where we need to be to cut metal safely. Okay, so this part is, again, if you're not comfortable with doing electric, don't do it. And I don't even think this is gonna really last that long. It might burn out over some time because the motor is meant to go faster, I get it. So any comments in here that's telling me that I'm stupid and I know all that, so spare me. So basically, I'm gonna show you what the end result is. Again, we spliced into this with an old dimmer switch. That's all we did. So I'm going to plug it in here, and it's going to get loud, so I'm going to talk a little louder. Let's get the cord out of the way. So as this thing is turned on and turned all the way up, you'll notice that it's going to be regular, like max RPM, as if it had the wood blade on it. Here it goes. All right, that's probably a very common sound to those woodworkers out there that understand that it has the internal brake and whatnot. So now I'm going to go full blast, and then I'm going to use the dimmer and I'm going to turn it down. So I want you to hear the difference with the RPMs going from whatever it is stock to now what I needed to do to cut metal. Here we go. All right, so that's full blast with the dimmer dimmed down. And I can turn it up, turn it down, and get it dialed into exactly the speed that we need to cut steel safely and put an old saw to good use. Okay, so if you zoom in here, I've tidied it up a little bit, and I have the dimmer switched. Now it's not hanging from anything. Everything's all replaced with the loom on there as much as I could, wrapped it, and then just put some zip ties to hold it. So once again, it goes in here, plugs in, it'll start right up, and we can control the speed on it. Now, if you do this at home, I am not responsible for any fires or anything. Make sure that this isn't getting hot or anything. This is probably gonna fail down the road, but I just didn't want to throw away a good miter saw. I could put it to use because I have a steel project coming up and I need to do some cutting, so I figured why not? Two birds with one stone, and we put an $8 dimmer to use. So there you have it, another Project Dad. Stay tuned.